Good morning to all of you, all of my friends on any of the pack channels, and all of my friends in Things Network. We have a lot of good going on today, okay? Yes, we had a week from hell last week. We understand this, folks. It's not over. It won't be over for a long time, but we have the power, we have the strength together to work together and lessen as we started a new program, a new thing. It's called Stop the Suck. Let's stop the suck together. Let's work together and make things better. You will see a green QR code up here in the corner, which is going to change how you shop. It's going to change how you can support programs all over the country, nay, all over the world, because using that QR code right now and shopping with any of the giving partners that are listed there becomes a donation for any of the giving partners inside of that app. That is the Community Pay It Forward app. It is here. It is now. It is finally here for Android only right at this moment, but hopefully within the next couple weeks, iOS will be coming out too. iOS is a little more expensive, so we are trying to ask people to help us, support us, fundraise a little bit, and get the iOS version on. We want everyone to be able to take in every purchase, make a difference, and help people. What? You mean help people instead of dragging people down? No. Yes, that's what we're trying to do. Very, very busy show today. Very, very little time. So we are going to get started immediately. First, download the app. Download the app, scan right here, and download the app. You have any questions? Get a hold of me. Okay. Here's the other thing. If you're in business, look, right now is the best time to be part of what we're doing. There's a place in there. It gives you all the details on becoming a partner. You sign up, you become a partner today. People want to support a cause. They're going to go to that app. They're going to see you on there and they're going to say, you know what? I need this service. I need this product. I'm going to become a partner. I'm in the app. I get sales. I get to support what matters to you. First up, got a great friend from CARES Foundation. He started CARES Foundation after the loss of his mother and his sister. He was the age of 3. He started CARES Foundation to really limit and offer help to people rather than being out there drinking and driving. Personal stories, look, they are what they are. This is one of the heart wrenchers. But he's got a new project out there. They're trying to create a book. This is a really good friend of mine, Todd, and we did this interview. And I really hope that you're able to. Todd Lingell is the founder of CARES Foundation, part of the Community Pay It Forward program, one of our mission partners. You can support them by shopping. But here's Todd talking about how you can get involved with the CARES Foundation One and become part of this wonderful book. So here we go. Hey, everybody. I'm being joined by a really, really good friend of mine. Todd and I have been in connection now for a little over a year. It's probably getting closer to 2 years, to be honest with you. And when I first heard his story, it made such an impact on my life. And Todd, you know what? To be honest with you, and which we will tell your story later because we've got you here to speak about something very specific. But your story really made me reflect on, I no longer drink, but it really made me reflect on how many times I got in that car and I turned the key after drinking. So I really hope people go to cares.org and they really read your story because hopefully it'll change a lot of lives. But right now you've got another project that you are spearheading that I think is going to be very impactful. Can you please tell us about that?
Absolutely. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate you. So yeah, it's a book. We're doing a compilation book. It's called Unseen Scars, Truths from the Scene and Beyond. So if you go to caresteday.org, and that's a cares with a K, so KARES today.org, you can click on the little tab. It'll blink and it says book to Unseen Scars. And what we're doing is we're looking for 100 authors with people that have the victim, like myself. My mom and sister were killed by a drunk driver, or anyone affected by an impaired driver, and or first responders, police officers, firemen, paramedics, even individuals that may have been the drunk driver or the impaired driver and want to share their story to help others. And so that's what we're looking for. We are asking for a $200 donation to help with the professional editing and all the thing that has to go on with that. And but the thing is, with that $200 donation, excuse me, you're going to get author copies, so it'll be a discounted price, and then you'll be able to do your own book signings and sell the books for what you would like. So you'll be able to recoup that $200 donation, and it's also tax deductible as well. So what we're wanting to do with the book is not only leave people's stories and their legacy, is that we want to take this into um, counties and ask them to make it part of their DUI conviction program, to where anybody convicted of an impaired driving has to go through our book. And then also, Zach, you gave me an idea of driver's training classes.
Yeah.
I want to take it into juvenile corrections. So there's a lot of places we can take this, and it's going to be great. The other thing we're looking for too is if there's any businesses out there that are listening, we're asking for sponsorships too. If you want to be a sponsor, we'll put your logo on the back of the book. We'll put you on when we do live book signings, and so get a lot of bang for your buck, if you will. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I've got your website up here right now, and we clicked on the tab. So this is where it takes you to the page, and it gives you the story. It gives you your story, Todd, on the reason why Cares Foundation is even a thing. Again, such a heartbreaking story. Do me a favor and just give us a summary of what's going on. I know it's a hard story to tell, but it's such an important story.
Yeah, no problem. So when I was 3 years old, my mom and my sister were killed by a drunk driver. And growing up, that was in '75, and um, the old adage was "buck up, buttercup." And
Yep.
so you just moved on. So we just kind of closed my mom and sister up and just kind of moved on. Didn't really talk about them much. And fast forward in my life, I almost committed suicide in my early 30s, and went through some 4 years of counseling, learning that the feeling I had had always growing up, it was anxiety, general anxiety, and separation anxiety. So I've learned how to deal with that. And so, my heart is helping kids make better choices in life. There's four things I talk about. I talk about not only my story, I talk about social media awareness, the kids not knowing who they're talking to on the other end of their cell phone, distracted driving, and I do talk about marijuana use today. I went
Yeah.
to a number of different shops, and it's very addictive what they're putting in it now. It's not like the old marijuana back, in the '70s. It's probably 5% THC. They're doing some stuff called dabbing, can be up to 95% THC. So that's what we're about at Cares Foundation, is just helping kids. I speak to a lot of group home kids as well, and man, I'll tell you what, Zach, that kills my heart every time I speak to these kids, because they feel like they don't have any hope.
You know what? And I've seen somebody do some of that dabbing, and I know how popular that is. I've grown up. All right, Todd. I've grown up around pot. My parents still to this day smoke pot.
Yeah,
I think pot has a wonderful, wonderful effect on certain people, but
absolutely.
nobody should ever drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
For those of you who have never partaken in pot, and if you get behind the wheel, you get this sense of paranoia. And a lot of times, and especially for the people who are new to the game, which it's not a game, but if you're new to it, you'll find out, you think you're driving really, really fast and you're driving like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
A lot of times, very easy to tell when somebody's doing this. So, but yeah, this dabbing, unfortunately, I've seen some of that before. I've never done that, but I've seen it done, and it's to
Oh,
me it's horrifying.
yeah.
And you're right. My parents used to always tell me, Todd, that if I wanted to smoke pot, I needed to go through them so they knew where it came from. My
Yeah.
parents told me that about every drug. They were very open and honest about it. My parents were, they did what they did, they do what they do, and they just flat out said. And it taught me that, you know what, even though I was not a pot smoker, I told my sons, if you want to smoke, you come to me. That way I can go to someone that I know, that I
Yeah.
trust,
Yeah.
and get it for them. And you're right, there is a huge difference. And we're talking even a difference in you go to a dispensary. They do it differently because they can chemically
Change.
create
Yep.
a lot of things. So
Yep.
one of the things, yeah, go on ahead, please.
I'll say this to people out there. I am not against drinking, and I'm not
No.
against if someone wants to do the smoking pot for the medicine type things. Um, what I'm against, like you're talking, is getting behind the wheel and driving.
Hmm.
And when you get so, and I am against being drunk, because when you get so intoxicated, you don't know what you're doing. That's where you could get into big trouble if you don't trust the people around you. And so just be careful, be smart. I just want kids and adults to make those good choices. If everybody made the choice of getting an Uber and all that, nobody would die. And I think the latest statistic I saw was, I think it was one person dies every, I think it was 32 minutes from some kind of alcohol incident. Um, so it's still up there.
Um, you know, it's it is like you said. I don't know how many times I said it during all of my days as a drunk, but God, I don't even know how the hell I got home last night. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Shit's not funny, Todd. It's
No.
not funny. It wasn't funny then. I think about it now, and it's definitely not funny because I think about your mom. I think about your sister, and I think about all the damage I could have done.
Yeah.
I could have completely ruined someone else's life. In return, that could have ruined my life forever.
Absolutely.
And it's sad that we have to look at this in hindsight.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. It's because it's totally preventable. 100%.
Absolutely. Um, how has the reaction been to this so far, to the book?
We've had real positive feedback. A lot of people, the $200 donation may be a little bit difficult, and that's one reason we want to get possibly some corporate sponsors to where people that have the story and want it, we don't have to charge at, or not say charge at, but ask for the $200 donation. Um, that helps get the book into the publisher and get all the editing, and we're going to set down the publisher's going to sit down with individuals. If they don't know how to write their story, they're going to sit down and help them with it. So it's not like you have to be an author. They're going to sit down and walk you right through, ask you some questions to help you with through it. So it's going to be an easy process. It's just the fact of getting the people going and getting it out there, and then your story is going to be out there forever. I mean, it's going to be there in a book, and so yeah, I'm excited for it. It's just going to be a matter of time when we get everything, all the author spots filled up, and then it's just going to be go time, And when it comes out, it's going to be a great thing for a lot of people, and it's going to save a lot of lives.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to get this on there. One of the things that I wanted to say about this, and knowing quite a few first responders and EMTs, and talking to you out there who have never talked about it, I'm just going to say this, okay? your stories could be so, so impactful. I remember hearing stories about somebody with a gunshot wound, or, look, as a motorcycle rider, I hear your stories all the time, and I understand the TBI and the PTSD that you are. I'm sorry, not TBI, but the PTSD that you all go through when you hear that someone's a motorcyclist. I already know the nickname that we as motorcyclists have. We're brain donors. That's what we are. We're brain or body donors or whatever it is, the brain
Yeah.
or body donors, because, we end up, how many of us die? And, but your story could be so impactful um, because of what you've seen, and that could make a huge difference. So I do want to put this out here. Right here is the link, and this does not affect Community Pay It Forward at all. This right here is the link that you can go to, and you donate directly to the Caris Foundation to help people.
Yeah.
Um, Todd, I wanted to bring up one more thing about your website,
Okay.
and this statement here is so important. If you are not ready to share your story, you can still help. And just because you're not ready to talk about it yet doesn't mean that you can't do something.
Yeah.
I like, and correction, I love what you've said here, because this is telling people that, you know what, we want to hear your story, but if you're not ready yet, we'll be here when you are ready with your support. So, this is on that on the page for the book, and it's at the very, very bottom. But this really shook me when I read that, and I wanted to share this specific thing. How many times have you heard people say, "I'm sorry, I just can't talk about this yet"?
A lot. Yeah, a lot. I can't even say the number of times, but and I just tell people it's okay. I do understand that because it took me a long time to figure out what my feelings were from when I was a kid. So it takes a long time, and I just tell people I'm there. Here's my card or get my number. Whenever you want to talk, I'm here.
Yeah, and did that in which I guess I should probably ask you off the air before I ask this question, but I'm going to ask
Go
it
for it.
right now. Did that have to do with your dad not dealing with this?
Yeah, I really think it was that old. The old were the times.
Yeah,
If you went to a counselor or anything like that, they sent you to a insane asylum. You didn't go to counseling. You just it was the old adage, buck up, buttercup. You just
yeah.
you know go
Rub a
through
little dirt
trouble.
in it.
Exactly, yeah, that attitude. And so I think it was just a part of him not knowing how to deal with, hey, losing my wife and my daughter the day before Father's Day. And so I can imagine what his feelings, and I've tried to talk to him more about it. He'll talk a little bit, but he doesn't really dive deep into the feeling part of things. And so yeah, I just, man, it was it was hard because I think there was points that I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't know how to talk about it when I was young. Um, And I mean, even my uncle on my mom's side lived 15 minutes from us, and we didn't. I mean, I had very little interaction with him until I started. I was a pretty good football player in the state of Idaho, and he started coming to some of my games because I was getting known, and I literally about probably 8 9 months ago I was able to talk to him, and I asked him, "Why did you guys not? Why weren't you in our lives? You kind of after mom died, you just kind of were." And he started to talk and he started crying. And my aunt stepped in and she goes, Todd, because your mom was like, I think she was like 7 years older than my uncle, something like that. She goes, your mom was more of a mother figure than a sister. And she goes, you didn't see this because you were so small, but they called each other every day. Even there was no cell phones, they called each other on the phone just to check in every day. So she goes, when your mom was killed and sister, it was so hard for your uncle to see you guys because it brought every emotion back.
Yeah.
So the easiest thing was to do just stay away. And so I'm like, man, that's that's hard because it really hurt us.
Look, and I just want to, I don't want to, I don't want to beat on a situation. I don't want to pummel it, but
No,
these are the kind of stories right here that, sharing with people who are out there who, are getting ready to go out and have a drink. And like you said, you know what? There's nothing wrong with going out and having fun.
nope.
Okay. But damn it, be responsible. There's absolutely no reason to turn a key right now.
Nope.
With designated drivers, with Ubers, with I mean, hell, it used to be a point where, well, I'm not going to wait 45 minutes for a freaking taxi, you
Yeah.
know, not when my car's sitting right out there. No, you don't have to do that now. Now there are so many Uber and Lyft drivers that within 3 minutes you can get a ride home. There's just no reason to not only put your freedom, not only put your financial being in jeopardy, but someone else's life.
Yep.
And you have to hear stories like this one.
Yeah. And
So,
the thing I tell people is don't even if you're going to go out with a group of people, either have a full-on designated driver, nobody else has keys in their pockets, or take an Uber to the bar and do your thing and then take the Uber back. And don't even have keys in your pocket so that when you get intoxicated and hopefully don't get where you're not knowing what's going on. So then there's not even an issue anytime. And yeah, it's just, and I tell people, and I hand my card out, my cell phone number. If
yep.
anyone ever needs anything, they call me. I will get them something. I don't care where you're at.
Well, I actually said that with what was going on right now with all the shootings and everything. I said something about that the other day, that what, if you're having a feeling where you feel like you're going to snap and you just can't find anybody to talk to, I put my phone number out there because, god damn it, if I have to take and make 15 phone calls to find someone for you to talk to, I will sit on the phone with you while I'm trying to find somebody.
Yep, absolutely.
Because look, the prevention, it it may be a pain in my butt, but it's better than you getting in trouble.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know that you've got to go real quick, but I do want to do this. One of the way that you can support the CARES Foundation, you'll see the QR code above me. That is our new mobile app. CARES Foundation is one of the organizations that you can donate to simply by shopping with any of our partners. Process is easy. You find one of our partners in the giving partner section, you do business with them, you put in how much you spent, you show us, you add in a picture of the receipt, and you click on CARES Foundation. CARES Foundation will get a portion of your purchase. It's as easy as that. You register in. The first time, you never have to register again. You can take and make sure that every purchase that you make goes to an organization like CARES Foundation. You can help them tell these stories by saying, you know what, I'd like this portion of the money to go to help somebody tell their story. We'll make sure that we give that message to Todd. That'll help somebody else tell their story who cannot afford it. So please, please, please download the app today. Take and make sure that you share this with everyone else. Let's get this story told. Todd, do you have anything else that you want to add?
I just want to thank everyone that's listening, and Zach, thank you for your work you do. It's very, very important, and especially helping all of us that are out there doing lots of good things. I'm just one of the many organizations that Zach helps, and so, let's get out there, help these kids and individuals that need help, that are asking for it, and yeah, just go that extra mile for somebody that sometime this week.
Let's go that extra mile without driving a mile.
There you go.
So,
Good.
um, Todd, the founder of CARES Foundation, please, if you have not read his story, go to this website. If you go to the or donate here, but go to this website, Thank you for
Yep.
being so slow. But go to this website. Please read his story. You just heard the story, but there's so much more in there. If you are looking for help, contact Todd.
Yep.
Um, Todd, you're also looking for people to possibly help you in a investment opportunity, or are you not there yet?
We're not quite there yet, but we'll have maybe some more news this next week.
I look, you shared it with me. I'm not going to share it with anybody else, but
Yeah.
that would be awesome. Because let's do talk about the camps though, real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah. Camp Cares in the summertime, and hopefully it'll be year round here before long. Camp Cares, we take or have kids up that have been affected by drugs and alcohol, and or veterans kids affected by suicide, and we come up for a week long camp. We have a good time. Our theme is Survivor, like the TV show, and we'll take like a subject like, say for example, anger, and we'll just dive into a morning session of what is anger, and in the afternoon we'll do like just a group discussion on what we talked about, and just to give the kids some tools to help them later. And then as we leave the camps and come back to the valley or wherever they're at, we're going to get these kids back together every quarter or so. For the kids that are right here in the valley, if they're not here in the valley, we'll get them together, and we want to talk, just check in, see how they're doing, what do they need, that type of thing. So if anyone wants to volunteer for Camp Cares, just reach out to us and we'll get you on the list. And we have a program you'll go through to understand the kids that we have and how to help them.
Todd, I love you, brother.
Love you too.
Um, please, please, please keep up the great work. Let's make sure that we keep in contact.
Yeah.
We're going to share this out. Do us a favor, okay? If you're watching this video, make sure that you copy down the link to it and share it out on your social media.
Yeah.
I don't care if you share this on your own YouTube channel, on your own LinkedIn channel. I don't care. Share this out. Share this with people. Make sure that people hear the wonderful work that this gentleman's doing, that his group is doing, because they're doing things to try to help kids and try to save lives. You cannot get more important than that. So, Todd, thank you. Thank you, brother. Keep up the good work. Please come back and let us know how everything is going.
I will. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. Imagine every time you make a purchase, you could also make a huge difference. Sounds impossible, right? Not anymore. We created the Community Pay It Forward app to turn everyday spending into real support for families, nonprofits, and community missions. Instead of your money just going out, part of it goes forward, helping someone in need. And with the Community Pay It Forward app, the Come Together movement, and just a simple tap, you'll find trusted partners, discover causes that matter to you, and know every choice you make created a better tomorrow. It's simple, it's powerful, and it's all in one place. So please, download the Community Pay It Forward app today. Because if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. And at Community Pay It Forward, no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Okay, hey, just to let everyone know, we are going to be taking a little bit of time off from podcasting here in the next couple weeks. We've got some things that we're really trying to get done, one of them being the chili cook-off. Second is going to be the holiday event where we bring families together. We work to bring families together in long distance relationships, people who can't be there with each other. So we're going to be taking about 2 weeks off after Lynn's Day, this Wednesday night, and especially to all of you, all of my friends here on Things Network. Lynn Cebulski, sorry, kind of a difficult name for me. Brand new partner to the Community Pay It Forward program. She is a tarot reader, and she's going to be joining us on Wednesday night at 7 East live on the pack channels only. It's not going to be here on Things Network, unfortunately, but it's going to be live on the pack channels. So if you don't know where the pack channels are, please get a hold of Adrienne. Adrienne can help you. Adrienne is my wife. As most of you should know that. I'm only important because of who I'm married to. But you can contact Adrienne. She will connect you to the pack channels. Okay. One other thing that you can do: download the app. The app will get you there. We do have to add. Um, we do have to add the podcasting to the app. We're working on that. There are a few things. You know what? We're still testing it. We're still trying to get it to go. If you have a problem, if you have a suggestion with this app, please reach out to me, reach out to us, and let us know, and we will get it fixed. Next up, once a month, we have this meeting. It's called the Family Networking Meeting. Family Networking is here to make a difference in people's lives. We want to hear from all of our partners. What can we do for you? And what can you do for others? We had a shorter meeting this month. Tons of tragedy. That on top of it was 9/11. Tons of reflection. I was expecting a smaller meeting, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting to have a meeting at all. Z and I were just going to talk. You can see that we started a conversation, then all of a sudden, two of our wonderful, wonderful friends, including Lynn, popped in. So you're going to get to meet Lynn here in a second. There is a problem with the recording of the video. So you're going to see a spot just kind of pop in all of a sudden right at the beginning. I think it's like at the 8-minute mark, but then we do reconnect and we finish out the meeting. We are going to be done with footprints forward after that. So as soon as this meeting is over, I'll be back. We'll close it out for another Monday. And actually, we're going to close it out until the beginning of actually the second week in October, because I am going to officiate my daughter's wedding. I am thrilled. I am so honored to be able to do this. It's one of the coolest things that it's actually the coolest thing I've ever been asked to do. It's really right up there with the births of my sons and the births of my granddaughter and grandkids, even though I wasn't around for 5 of them. But still, 4 of them I was around for. So, but anyway, this is Family Networking. We want you to join with us. If you would like to join with us and make a difference in your own business, your own nonprofit, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking to hire, we invite you to join us the second Thursday of every month. Reach out to me. I'll get you the link. We want you. We want you here. We want you to help us make a difference. Welcome to Family Networking. Other wonderful partner. He and I, he started a awesome online pet store and invited me to come on as a partner in it, and we're working together to get some stuff done. The wonderful Mr. Z. How's it going?
I'm doing okay, brother man. And thank you so much for the kind words. And it is a privilege to be here at the Family Networking event. Always great to have you as a partner, and always great seeing great people like yourself, Zach, Wendy, and of course, Lynn. But thank you for the kind words. And you, sir, are the wonderful one here because you're always bringing us all here together in a happy place.
Well, I we were just talking, Wendy. Welcome, and Lynn is going to be joining us here in a minute. That this day means so much to so many people in different ways, and then yes, we had the tragedies of yesterday, and sometimes it's really hard to motivate yourself to keep going. Me myself, I was not. I'll just say it. I'm not at all a fan of Mr. Kirk. but there is absolutely no reason why his kids are now growing up without a father. There's no reason whatsoever that his wife lost her husband. None. We've got that right. We've got that freedom to say what we wish to say. It's part of our country. It's the way this
Well,
is
I was
supposed to
a
be.
huge fan of Charlie Kirk. I was crying yesterday.
Yeah. Well, and I know that. Look, I mean, the thing is that there he was. There were a lot of people like you. There were a lot of people who loved him. There were a lot of people who did not. You know, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't care who you are. I mean, there's a lot of people who love the Pope and a lot of people who don't. You know, not everybody can be liked, and that's just kind of the way it goes. But I've got one thing to say to people to hopefully give somebody an outlet. I've got a suggestion. If somebody pisses you off, in which we all know people are going to say things that are going to get under your skin, the best thing to do is sit there and go, wow, I didn't like that too much, but what can I do to help you? It's going to make them, that's just going to irritate the hell out of them because of this. It's just going to prove that you're a better, that you're standing up, that you're willing to do things, even though you're not getting along at the time. Look, we don't have to like each other. We don't. There's no rule that says we have to like each other. We do have to live with each other. We are in a world that we do need each other. We've got to stop the senseless, stupid stuff that's going on. So let's get together. Let's come together. Let's have a lot of fun here today, even if it's just us four, because Lynn, we've got a wonderful announcement that we're going to make, and I've got to use the name now, but Mr. Z gave me a name for what we're going to be doing on Community Impact next Wednesday. It's no longer going to be Wednesday. It is now Lynn's Day. And Lynn is going to be joining us. And Lynn, why don't you go on ahead and get started and tell everybody what you do?
Hi, everybody. My name is Lynn Cebulski. I am a professional tarot reader, and I've been reading here in New York City since 2013. I have a working knowledge of astrology. I'm a Usui Level 2 practitioner, and yeah, I'm going to be doing some live readings, I think, is what we discussed with Zach, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's right. Coming up, starting at 7:00 next Wednesday on Community Impact. It has become Lynn's Day. So
That's awesome.
we're going to have you take and put some questions in the chat. And Lynn's going to read for a couple of you and kind of just as an introduction to the family. So, Lynn, I want to welcome you to the family. It's such an honor to have you, and I'm looking forward to it. Wendy, what's going on in your world other than just trying to deal with what's going on? And you know what, with what happened in Evergreen, I understand how sad that is, because we lost, so far we've only lost the shooter, but 3 more kids got injured in school shootings.
Today?
Yesterday, right at the same time. It was going on at the exact same time. So, but yeah, 3. At this time, the last I checked, it was only the shooter who died. It was a self-inflicted wound, but only the shooter had died, and hopefully that's the way it stays. But yeah, another senseless.
Who was the shooter?
We don't know. Yeah, a student. He was a student, but yeah, it was in Evergreen here in Colorado. So, but Lynn, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Say goodbye to just clicking and the future of giving now with the new Come Together movement.
Download our free Community Pay It Forward app.
gateway to
shopping
with purpose. And supporting the causes that you care about.
Can you tell us who you'd like to support by selecting your mission?
Whether it's helping veterans, feeding families, or supporting local schools,
Your purchases help
real
fund
change.
Shop like you normally do.
No extra steps,
no added costs.
Just make your everyday spending count
by choosing one of our partner businesses. Every purchase you make turns into real support.
A percentage goes directly to your selected cause.
It's automatic.
It's effortless,
and it's powerful.
You're not just a customer.
You're a partner
in making a difference.
Our app makes it easy for you to track your impact
and share it
with all of your friends.
So why just shop?
When you can shop with a purpose. Download, select, shop, and support
because your choices matter.
When you shop with Pay It Forward partners,
no one needs to go it alone.
When we all come together. What we're having here, and it just went off again. So, but we're going to try this again. So, Wendy is our financial lion. Can you tell everybody exactly what that means?
Well, I'm known as the millionaire maker, but you already know that. So what's new in my world? I am launching my book next week, How to Live Like a Rock Star, Tour Bus Optional. And then I'll be launching 10 courses from it. So, because I don't want you to read the book and then go, oh, that was nice, and never implement anything. So I'm going to have some courses and take people by the hand and go, let's work together. Let's make sure that your future is as bright and amazing as it can possibly be. So that'll be fun.
Well, and I know I've asked you this a couple times, but I really think it's very important, and especially with the way that things are right now. Money is money. It fluctuates no matter what. None of us have enough money.
Don't say that.
But not yet. None of us have enough money yet.
Don't say none of us. Say,
yeah. Well,
I attract abundance. Abundance is on its way to me right now. That's a much better mindset to have.
Well, what do we need to do to get started and to utilize that abundance and to attract that abundance?
Well, actually, the first chapter in my book is all about mindset, because mindset is where the money's made. Because if you chase money, what happens when you chase a dog? It runs away. So you don't chase money. You have to get your mind right that, yes, not only do I deserve it, but it's on its way. And if you think millionaires are bad, or, oh my gosh, I'll be hit with taxes, or, any of the other things that is negative self-talk, we have to get rid of that so that money will come to you. And even if you don't need multiple millions of dollars, maybe you could use it for all the good in the world that you could do if you don't need that money. My goal is to live on 10% of what I make and give away 90. So I don't want to achieve a tremendous amount of wealth so that I can live in a McMansion and drive a Ferrari. I want to do that so that I can be a blessing and make a positive impact on the world. So very different.
How come whenever anybody talks about dogs, this happens to me? Well, I love the philosophy of being able to live on 10%. That's kind of the way that we work here, to where, 70% of everything that comes from you guys, in which every single one of you is a partner in the Community Pay It Forward program. And anytime that you guys give us a referral, 70% of that goes to someone else. And I think that's one of the things that makes what we do together so important, that we're actually making an effort to really show people that we care. And we've got 4 people here who I know for a fact we all care. Wendy, you have a special affinity for human trafficking. You have an organization that you like to highlight. Can you tell us about that?
Well, there's one called Life Outreach International, and I am an ambassador for Life. So everything that I raise for them, 100% goes directly towards the cause. They have a number of homes in Eastern Europe, Russia, a number of other places. They can't tell everybody where all the homes are because they have to be held strictly, under wraps. There's another woman that Zach introduced me to, and it's funny. We were just talking about her because Powerball, 2 people won the $2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband and I were saying, well, the family would be set, and we would just come alongside charities and nonprofits and say, here you go. How can we support you? I don't want to do the job, but let me pay the rent for all your homes. Jane Garino has 6 homes now, and her goal is to have 10. Her website is, say it, Zach, because it's not Glory House. It's Glory for Spiro House, right?
Sparrow House, is that the one? Oh, geez. I'm sorry, I'm dropping the ball. I'll try to look it up.
But she's awesome. I mean, she was abducted in the sex slave trade and sold 4 different times. And she opened up half of her home for mentally challenged people. And this poor woman, and she's been a truck driver. She does stand-up comedy. It's like, holy crap, Batman. Like, how is this even possible? But she took the 4 ladies camping last week, and they stayed in a cabin in the woods. So poor Jane was triggered like all week long because the cabin had all these weird sounds, and she was held up in a cabin during, from one of her traffickers and stuff. So talk about a heart not even bigger than the size of Texas. My goodness. So I would support her 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm really dropping the ball. I cannot find her website. I will try to find that later.
Mr. Z did it for her. So what is the URL?
It would be glorysparrowforwomen.org.
Glory Spiro for Women.
You got it.
I have to put that in her
So, Lynn,
contact.
Great story.
Why don't you tell us about something that really, because you've been through, and you talked about it last month, how you've been through abuse and you've been through violence and stuff like that. What are some of the things that really drags at your heart that you love to support?
Oh gosh. I think because I worked so long in college financial aid, I have a special spot for, students and adults who are trying to turn their lives around. I mean, I know when I was growing up, my dad was in and out of work. There were mattresses on the floor, people were on food stamps. And it wasn't until my parents found out that my mother was pregnant with me, and I was not planned. She was on birth control. I just kind of like snuck through. But it wasn't until that became known that my father went to college, and he was a veteran, and he was trying to kind of find his way. He was working full-time days, he was studying at night, and he was the first person in our family to go to college and graduate. And he got a degree in psychology. So, while he wasn't a therapist by any means, the amount of insight and self-reflection and personal improvement that he became capable of just by having that experience, and the way he was able to uplift our family so that more people were able to, they went to college, they got better jobs with benefits, they, became homeowners. And just the way in which one person's education was able to uplift multiple families and generations out of poverty. has always been really inspiring to me. And so, anytime I see people who are trying to turn their lives around and just going through all of those things, going into a different environment, going into an environment where you have to learn a lot of things and act in different ways and think in different ways and self-reflect and try to heal while you're going through those changes. I just have a lot of respect for that because I know I saw how hard it was and I saw what a difference it made.
That's awesome.
And let me go on ahead and throw this out to all three of you. But isn't that one of the reasons why we should never shut up? We should continue to talk about what we've experienced, what we know. You know, Wendy, you unfortunately lost a husband at a very, very early age due to a motorcycle accident. These are things that, you know, where somebody might be struggling and they can hear your story and where their situation may not be anything like that. Maybe they lost their husband to a divorce or something like that, but they're still sitting there, and now they're a young person who's sitting there going, "What the hell am I going to do?" If they hear your story, there can be that impact because we just tell what we've been through, and it can make so much of a difference in people's lives, right?
Yeah. Well, besides the death, I mean, that left a $1.6 million hole in our lives when he passed away, because that's what he would have made throughout the course of his life. Not in counting, if he got a better job or a raise or whatever else. But my husband that I married in 2000, and we just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. We both lost our incomes the same day, not once, but twice. And one time it involved our home. We were doing crisis intervention for foster children, and my husband was in charge of all the maintenance on this. It was like a 40-acre ranch. So talk about, like, what do you do? Because how do you know where you're going to live if you don't know where you're going to work and you don't know what your income is going to be? I mean, so I really try to give people hope, because if we could come back from that and create a financially free future for us, starting with absolutely nothing, imagine what you could do starting with something. So that's what I really try to get across to people, because some people think, well, I don't have $500,000. What am I going to do? It's like, you don't need $500,000. Let's start with what you've got. Let's start with where you are and see what we can build from there.
Do you've got a willingness to get out of a bad situation?
Yeah. Right.
Because
are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yeah. Honestly, isn't that the key thing? You've just got to sit there and say, you know what? I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm not living like this anymore. I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
So,
and we got through that. It's very simple. You have to differentiate wants from needs. So we only met our needs, and even sometimes the needs weren't met. You know what I mean? It was like, that may not happen this month, and I mean some simple things like we need a new bathroom rug, I mean, just basic stuff. So we sacrifice, and, I made a decision that nobody in my children and my grandchildren are never going to go without. So we made a decision that we would put life insurance on all of them, and we sacrificed for that. You know what I mean? We were paying upwards of $1,000 a month for everybody. And, would that have been more fun to go away for the weekend? Or, buy a new car? Or, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that would have been a lot more fun than sacrificing to make that goal happen. But we just looked at the long term and like, this is the long-term goal. So this is okay right now. You know what I mean? And then, of course, as we prospered, it was less of a sacrifice, and, became, it was fine. But I think that that's a problem in today, where a lot of people were just so in gratification that nobody said, It's almost like you have to teach the kids, do you want 1 cookie now or 3 cookies in 30 minutes? Wait 30 minutes and have that reward. But
Well, I'm a
there's
fat
actually
guy. I know what my answer would be.
well, there's actually a movement with Gen Z now where they're like not spending money. Like they're sick of not having, they can't afford a place to live. They can't, there's so much that they feel they can't afford. And there's a movement going on now. I just read about this yesterday where they're like, we're not buying anything that we don't need. If I don't need to go to Starbucks, I'm not going. And they are sacrificing some of their wants so that they can do what they need to do, which is start to create wealth and a future.
Yeah. Mr. Z, one of the reasons why I wanted them to really talk about what they're doing is because you are doing something that is very, very important that can take and honor the people that they're talking about by spreading a little bit of recognition. Can you talk about Z World Cares?
It would be a pleasure, Zach. And it's always great, again, to see you, Zach, Lynn, and of course, the lion herself. Well, we have two Leos here, but it's always great to see all of you here. And I appreciate the credit for Lynn's Day. All credit goes to you, Zach, and of course, Lynn for being here and everyone else here too. So I appreciate acknowledging Z World Cares, and the work that you're doing with the Community Pay It Forward, Zach, is astronomical while bringing people together from businesses and nonprofits. But with Z World Cares, it's solely focused in bringing awareness to nonprofits. So if you know a nonprofit or involved with a nonprofit organization that's just having a hard time trying to get the word out there about their causes and missions, of course, go to the Community Pay It Forward first. But hey, if you want just to get some awareness, definitely reach out to zworldcares.org. It's a place where it'll allow you to accept donations, attract volunteers, sponsors, and just put your information out there. And there's no cost, but the only catch is just show Z World that you do care about supporting our ignored veterans, survivors of human trafficking, people that don't often talk about other, I don't want to say diseases, but ailments such as Alzheimer's, the Americans with Disabilities Act, Parkinson's, and let's not forget about bringing awareness to financial institutions that provide relief for those who are wrongfully convicted, and students that can't take their debt to the grave. Our planet is slowly dying as we speak. And there's other causes out there. I can't think. Oh, animal rights, human rights, and it's all out there. And we actually have, well, not we, but there, water purification, because everyone deserves the right to have fresh water for not just ourselves, but also for pets and medical institutions that are just settling for what's in your tap, and much, much more. So thank you, Zach, for allowing. Up there, it is, perfect, just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, we just got one of those. Z, one of the things that I've always told people, and again, I'd love to hear what any of you have to say about this, but money is very important to every business.
Yeah.
But the truth is, the sharing that they're out there is also so important. One of the things that always bugs me is that there are people who sit there, and I've done this myself. I've said to myself, geez, how come nobody knows about this nonprofit? And at one point in time, that's all it went. That's as far as it went. How come nobody knows about you? You do such wonderful things. Oh, look, shiny squirrel. All of a sudden, that was it. One of the things that you can really do to help nonprofit, small businesses, big businesses, hell, I don't care, is tell other people about them. We're going back to the never shut up thing, but really seriously talking about the wonderful business that you've experienced with somebody, the great conversations you've had with somebody. Sharing these experiences with people is so valuable, because where you can make a $100 donation to a nonprofit, and that's great. if you can actually share what they do to 3 more people, and they share it to 3 more people, and they share it to 3 more people, by the end of the day, that could be thousands of dollars worth of donations, which is even more.
You know, I have to tell you about, because Mr. Z knows we did a series about nonprofits to highlight the work they do in the world to increase their impact, their outreach, and their fundraising, right? Well, the gentleman that I did it with, you know, Corey, he works with a ton of nonprofits because he has an AI that creates their story. Because, you know, we're all programmed for stories. So he has an AI that tells their story in such a beautiful way that it really tugs on your heartstrings, right? Where you'd be moved to give. Well, he found that a lot of the nonprofits, they're so busy trying to raise money or do what they do and all that kind of stuff, but they need technical assistance, or they need someone that does accounting, or they need someone that does websites or whatever, or marketing and all that kind of stuff. So Corey started the League of Do-Gooders, where people that have various types of expertise donate their time to help these nonprofits in whatever area they're lacking. So you would be a great connection. I think if you and Corey got together and you combined efforts, it might just be like,
That would be fantastic, because our goal right now is we're working on, and we've changed the name of it. And, you know, it's me, so I change the name of stuff all the time. But we're working on the Come Together Compass. Okay. We're working on a program that points people in their direction. There is no such thing as a right direction for everyone. It's their direction, what they need. And what we're doing is we're working on a page right now that is services that are available to people that offer free assistance now. We're looking for people with food that provide free food, or food banks, or something like this, in every area in the world. Let people know, hey, we've got free food here. Or people who help find others jobs, or people who help um, find people rental assistance, or something like that. We're looking to put together a page to where what happens is people can take and they can put it in, say, this is what I'm looking for. Maybe I'm going through a mental health crisis. I need to talk to somebody in this area. And you can find them, and you can find somebody's going to pop up on this page. And Wendy,
like a directory of
right,
service.
right, it's going
Yeah.
to be like a directory, but here's where we're going to go a little bit different. Once we get this built, it's also going to have an AI component to it, to where while you're telling it what you need, it's going to give you a little bit of suggestions. Like, have you, if you're going through something very stressful, it's going to give you a couple breathing exercises that you can try. Or it's going to ask
Oh,
you, have
nice.
you tried journaling? Have you tried to do this? It's going to just give you a couple suggestions. Nothing, hey, have you taken your damn cuckoo pill today? We're not going to go that far. I hope we're not going to go that far. But it's just going to give some suggestions to kind of help you relax and maybe breathe a little bit. And then it's also going to have a component to where people can take and they can say, look, we've got this wonderful, wonderful couch here. Does anybody need a couch? We are in this section of the world. We would love to donate it to somebody who needs it. And people can take, and instead of putting this stuff in landfills, we can put it to use. It's still got life. We're wanting to build a page that is just connecting people to really, really help others. And here's where this page gets different. We want this page to be on everyone's website. We want this page to be wherever people are. They shouldn't have to look for that one website to find it. They should say, you know what? I was going through this website and I found it here. Oh, look, it's there too. It's here too. We want people to be able to find it when they need it. And I don't want them to have to go to Community Pay It Forward, and that's the only place it's at. And they can't remember it, so they're thinking, forward communities upward or something. And that's sticking in their head. This is something that we want to get out there, and it's going to be available to anybody, it's everybody, and it's just something that's going to really help people.
Well, there's someone on this call that designs websites that probably has a whole list of people that he's built websites for that he could say, hey, would you put this link on your site?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've met that guy before, So
I wonder who that guy is.
Who could that be?
kind of a whackadiddle every once in a while he is, but he's actually really a good guy. But yeah, right now we've only got a few names on there, but we've got this built to where it's going to be it's going to be something that we're really looking to make this important, and quite frankly, we want to make it the most important web page in the world, so that's ever been created. And so yeah, Z is actually a huge part of it with Z World Cares. So he's already working on it. So we don't have a regular here today, and I shared this a couple days ago, so I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind me sharing it now. We've got a dear friend with everybody in this group. He's a guy who served our country. He's a guy who unfortunately goes through a lot of things. He talks about his wife's mental health. He talks about some of the mental health things that he's been through. He had his ID stolen recently, and Community Pay It Forward wants to make an offer to people. We have a chili cook-off coming up here in Colorado, here in on November 2nd. You might say to yourself, well, I live somewhere across the globe. Why the hell does that matter to me? It matters to you because you know what? If you do business online, we're going to be talking to people. We're going to be introducing people to our company. This is something that, people can really get to know who you are. And if you can help us by buying a sponsorship to the Chili Cook-Off, we're going to donate the majority of that money to Alan Holmes because he really needs help right now. And you're going to become a sponsor, but we're going to use a lot of that money to help him get back on his feet because you know what? He would do it for us. And we want to just help him out. It's kind of one of those things, Z, you and I have talked about it countless times. We both work very closely with Alan, and we just tell people all the time, if we could just give the guy cash, we would do it. He's that good of a guy. But, we're not there yet. We're working on it. So, yeah, so if you go to and if you look down on the bottom of your screen there, you, did you see that about
What?
putting Jane's website in the chat, Mr. Z?
I just want to make sure I got it right.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. So, but yeah, if you would like, we will add the sponsorship information to the the description of this video, and you can just click on there, donate, become a sponsor, do whatever you can do to the Chili Cook-Off. You're going to help a great guy. You're going to help us get books and board games into Northern Colorado hospitals to all the kids that are just going through a hell of a time. And we've all been in the hospital. We know how much it sucks. We just want these books to get to these kids to where they can sit there and they can remember there's something good. We've also got one more bit of good news, and this really, really makes me happy. If you look right there, you're going to see a QR code. You scan that QR code right now, or the three of you, if you touch the download the app, that's the Community Pay It Forward app for right now, it's only for Google and Android. But if you can download the Community Pay It Forward app, for Google only right now. But it is out. It is out. We weren't expecting it until Monday. But Michael, the man, the myth, the guy who's busier than a one armed wall hanger, he got it done. He got it out. Google accepted it. So it is live. And we're asking you, check it out, because we've got to get a couple of our newer partners added to it. But you know what? It's there. And it's the easiest way ever to take and work with a lot of these smaller nonprofits that we've got to know. Uh, John Vogels, who lost his son at the age of 3 to a drowning accident. You know, uh, confronting domestic violence, dating tips by Meg, uh, the Veterans Ranch. There are too many for me to name, but you have wonderful connections on this app towards people like Mr. Z, Wendy, and within the next week, Lynn is going to be on there. All of our partners are going to be on there. All you got to do is shop with them. They give us.
I can't download the app, and my phone won't scan the QR code.
Yeah, if you just click download the app, it should open it in another window.
I know, but it's not going to open it on my phone, right?
Shouldn't open on your phone, but you can always copy it and send it to your phone, I think.
Are you using an Android device or iOS?
Yeah.
Okay. I can also send it directly
I
to
guess
you.
I could install it on my laptop, right?
Well, I can also send you the link directly. Or I guess I could always, let's see, copy link.
I could just download it on my laptop. I don't like doing stuff from my phone anyways, not unless I want to hide spare change between my eyebrows.
Right there is the link that you can just click on your phone, and it'll take you to it. But yep, we got the app this morning. I got a message, and I was so excited that I sent the Minion GIF to Mike because I was extremely excited. So we're going to go on ahead, and Lynn, we're going to start with you. What can we do to help you, and what can you do today to help someone else?
What can we do to help me, and what can we do to help someone else? I'm just here to network. I'm here to meet people. I'm here to get myself out there. So just by bringing me into the family, thank you very much. I am so honored to be here. You're already helping me. And, I know we've talked about some collaborations that we're going to be doing, and I am more than happy to work with people and do the types of collaborations where, people can either benefit, they get a free service or something like that. I love doing things like that. I love, opening people's minds to a new experience. And I feel like, just bringing us closer together as humans and trying to improve humanity one person at a time is what I'm all about.
And Lynn, one of the other things that you do that we didn't talk about is you have a wonderful thing that you can do in the state of New York for couples.
Yes, I recently became registered as a wedding officiant, which means that when people are getting married, I can now perform a legal ceremony. I can design the ceremony, and I'm very excited to be starting that because I think people want alternatives to what are just kind of the regular ways in which wedding ceremonies are done. And, as communities start to become more diverse, they're all different types of, ideas and traditions that resonate with people, and being able to take a lot of those things and build something that is unique and custom to a couple and really recognizes and honors all the places they are from and all the people that are important to them. Again, it's exciting. It's an exciting thing to be starting.
I love to see that because guess what? On October 3rd, I am performing my daughter's wedding and
Woo-woo!
in Kansas. So it was kind of funny. I was joking with Les the other day, and I was telling him. He goes, at least you get to do this on your daughter, so it's going to be a little bit easier. You know the people, and I'm like going, yes, but therein lies the problem. If I screw this up, they're going to know where to come. Okay, so I mean, I can't get away from it because there's going to be people I'm going to see all the time. So I got to be, I really got to make sure I don't screw it up. But well, Lynn, we're looking
You're
forward.
gonna do it. You're gonna do an amazing job, Zach. You are such a personable person and such a sweetheart, and she's very lucky that you're
I,
doing this for her.
I
It's
really
really
feel
special.
sorry for her husband because he's going to get it from me. They said that they wanted a little bit of me in it, and they shouldn't have said that because, well, they're going to get it. He's going to get it. I'm going to be a sweetheart to her, but yeah. So, but yeah, Lynn, we're really looking forward to Lynn's Day. Again, please join us on the Pack channels on Wednesday at 7 p.m. East, and you can get a tarot reading from Lynn. So come and meet us live on Community Impact. Wendy.
Can you send that link to me? Are you talking about we would meet here?
No. We'll be on two Facebook pages, my LinkedIn page, my
Are you doing a LinkedIn Live or something?
we go on another program and it just broadcasts it all over. But I'll send it to you.
Yes, if you could make a note to send that to me, and it's next Wednesday at.
It's this coming up Wednesday, and for you, it's going to be
4:30.
It's going to
4
be
o'clock.
4 o'clock for you, and I will make sure I send it to you.
I've got a meeting with the ripple effects at 4 o'clock. Actually, hold on. Ever since I got this cough, I need reading glasses now. No, that's at 4:30, so I could go from 4 to 4:30.
You know what? When you come on, Wendy, you get your question in, and we'll make sure we get yours answered first.
Okay.
So
you send me the link because I had a heck of a time. I had to have Mr. Z send me the link.
Yep. And this is where we're going to be from now on Be Connected, because right now, while we're doing this, we're available live right now all over Be Connected. Anybody who's got a Be Connected account can watch us and they can join us if they want. So there are people that we don't even know that may be watching us right now. So that's one of the reasons I like this program. And then, of course, we're recording it. So this is going to show on Monday morning all over the Pack channels. So, but I will send that to you. But Wendy, what can we do for you right now? And what can you do to help others? Other than make them a millionaire.
What can you do for me right now? I guess once my book is launched, you could help me get the word out on that.
You know what?
And my courses and so forth.
You send it to us and we will. Matter of fact, we should have you on the podcast to talk about it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that'd be awesome. That. And then what can I do to help others? Well, I'm in the League of Do-Gooders, and I think that I need to introduce you to Corey Sanchez. He's a fabulous young man. He won the top 40 under 40 for his Mojo global video business that he started. But he also has this Storyly.ai where he creates the stories for nonprofits and so forth. So I think I shall make a note. Let me put it in my calendar.
Sounds to me like he doesn't shut up either. So that's a wonderful, wonderful connection.
Well, Mr. Z's met him. Corey's fabulous. I mean, he's just a nice guy. And when he won the top 40 under 40, in his speech, he said, I challenge all of you to donate 15% of your time to a nonprofit to make the world a better place. And people just went, wow. So that's how we started the League of Do-Gooders. So the League of Do-Gooders, the nonprofits pay a subscription fee to have the access to all of this free expertise. So
That's-
whenever they have a need, they just post their need on the platform, and then whoever can address that need goes, oh, hey, I can help you with that, or I can do that for you, or what have you.
That's
So
fantastic. Yeah, I look forward to meeting him.
yeah,
really
so
do.
I think if you two like combined power, especially with your wanting to put nonprofits in a directory and things like that, I think it would just, you could multiply each other's efforts exponentially. That's what I think.
Look, there's no such thing as
We like
competition.
multiplication.
Yeah, there is no such thing as competition when it comes to helping others. There's too many people who need help for just one person. So I love working with anybody who's got that in mind. Mr. Z,
Yeah.
what can you do for someone right now, and what can we do for you?
Well, thank you. I wish I could find ways to give back to Z World, but it's always great to see people like yourself, great people like yourself, Zach, Lynn, Wendy. Uh, what I can do is just to keep showing up here, meeting great people who are compounding the interest of helping nonprofits while creating that ripple effect to ensure that everyone knows that there are nonprofits that are out there but just haven't been known yet. So I want to say, yeah, thank you. And how you can help me, you're already helping me by connecting me with great people like everyone here who's bringing awareness to many nonprofits, doing good for others, and of course, bringing awareness to student loans that shouldn't have to be handed out to people who aren't even aware of it until it's too late. And like yourself, Zach, you are bringing in great people, like everyone here, to come together so we don't have to go through the challenges alone, especially on this solemn day like this. So thank you, Zach, Lynn, Wendy, for always doing what you're doing for our nonprofits and making Z World a better place.
Mr. Z, I would say you're the most humble man on the internet, for goodness sake. You're always
Oh, my
so
goodness.
extraordinarily kind.
Wendy, I told him that
Thank
this
you.
afternoon.
You're great.
Did you?
I told him that this afternoon when we were in a meeting. I told him that this afternoon. I told him that there's nobody who hasn't met him that doesn't want to work with him or give him a hug or hug him while
Yes.
they're working with him. It's
Right.
just the
And he
truth.
looks like a big teddy bear, so you just want to reach through the screen and give him a hug.
See, there's proof
Oh, you're
right
great.
there. There's proof right there. So,
Uh,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. You're great.
so
Thank you.
I want to thank all three of you for being here today. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your output. Thank you for talking about this. For me, look, we want to make your business better. That's what we want to do. We want to offer you a chance to make your business stand out above everyone else because we can put what you do in the heart of the people who need your services. Our goal is to make every sale count for so much more with the community pay up forward. And what you can do to help me, there's a couple things. Okay. And I'm gonna go on a little spiel here. The first thing is in the chat right now, you'll see a link. Click on that link. Help us help our brother Alan. He needs help. We just want to do it. You'll become a sponsor of the Chili Cook Off. And as a matter of fact, you know what? You can even become a sponsor of the holiday event. I'll even up it and you can become a sponsor of the holiday event where we're trying to connect people to who they are. This is important to me to help my brother Alan. So get on there and help us out, and we'll work with you to do whatever you can do. Get on, download the app. That's the link right above it. Download the app and make sure that you make your shopping count for so much more. The other thing is, look, love somebody out there because there's people out here who love you. Okay. We got to stop. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody, opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's got one and they all stink. But the truth is, we've all got them. all right, it doesn't make us always right. It doesn't make us always wrong. We all need to work together. The violence
Um,
has got to stop. What's
yeah.
that, Wendy?
I was just going to say, Lynn, do you help students try to get funding for college?
I used to when I worked in college financial aid. So everything from helping students fill out the FAFSA. At one time, I was doing volunteer training to train the administrators on how to complete the FAFSA so that they could help students. Um, yeah, I mean, I just anything that helps people access the programs that are available. One of the biggest problems is that there are so many students who don't realize that they can get some sort of aid through the FAFSA, and so they don't even fill it out. And then the next issue, which I'm sure is near and dear to your heart as well, is the financial literacy piece, where especially when you have families who this is the first time someone's going to college, especially if a family is coming from a poverty background. They don't know how to budget. They, get money from a student loan or from a grant or from a payout or a scholarship, and they don't know how to budget. They don't know how to save it. They don't know how to, make
Yeah,
that
and
money
then they
get
get
them
offered
through the
10%
entire
credit
semester.
cards and yeah.
Right. And then if they don't graduate, then they have all this debt that's piled up and they can't get the job to pay it off. And it
Yeah.
becomes this like vicious cycle. And so
Oh,
it's, leading them to the opportunities and then arming them with the information so that they can make choices that make sense for them.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked is because there's a woman, I have not personally connected with her, but she's in a master class that I go to, and she helps kids get completely funded for college. So they're not out of pocket a penny. So if you were still doing that, I was going to try to find her and connect the two of you, but
If you can connect me with her, I would really appreciate it, because I
Oh,
have
really?
lots of former colleagues that I'm still in touch with that are still working in financial aid and still connected in that space. So
let me make a note.
I'd love
And
to meet her.
it's
Thank you.
always something that's going to be there to help a lot of people. So that's going to be it for us today, folks. I want to thank you so very much. Join us again next month. This will be back on the 9th of October. So come on, join us for family networking. As you can see, it's a little bit different than other networking things. And we do that because other networking things are kind of weird. Yeah. Whatever. We just like to have fun.
Well,
We want to find out how you can, what we can do to help you. This is a great group of people. I love everyone on this screen, and I'm proud to have them in our family. Please remember that if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. My name is Zach Clayton, for Mr. Z, for Wendy Lyon, for Lynn. Thank you so very much. Join us on Lynn's Day, and we'll see you. So Wednesday, you met her. She's going to be live this coming up Wednesday, reading for a couple of you, starting at 7 p.m. East, right on the PAC channels. Again, if you do not know where the PAC channels are, please reach out to Adrian. Adrian is my wife. She can help get you there. You can come on. You can be part of helping us grow. Please do us a favor and like, share, comment, and subscribe to what we're doing here at the PAC channel. We need your help to help us grow. Download the app. Download it today. Give us any suggestions that you've got. We need as much help as you can give us. We are looking for someone to volunteer to become a systems admin to help us with the app and the website. We are starting to get to a point where we're looking for people to come on and volunteer. And then as soon as we up our game a little bit and start bringing in a little more money, we can bring them on full time. But right now we're just looking for a volunteer. So if you want to take and help us by donating, whatever, hour or two a week, please reach out to me. And you can become a huge part of building this program, because our program is very, very simple. What we want to do is help people who need us all. For everyone that we've talked to today, we almost had a little friend there, and I don't want that friend to appear on the podcast. But for everyone you've seen today, for Todd, for Wendy, for Lynn, for Mr. Z, and for myself, please remember to love someone because someone out here loves you. That guy is just annoying. We got a very jealous dog who did something very stinky in the house, and now I've got a fly that is trying to get everywhere. Please love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. Remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. We love you all. We will see you on Wednesday, and then we'll be taking a little bit of break so we can get some stuff accomplished. Then we're going to come back and we are going to take over the world. Or help a lot of people.